Hello viewers and welcome to the channel Let's Talk Cricket. So we're only few days away from the start of the T20 World Cup and fans are already gearing, looking at the schedule, trying to size up their favorite team's opponents, trying to guesstimate where their favorite teams might end up. So I also had a look at the format of this tournament, and this tournament's format is a bit different than the previous T20 tournaments that ICC has organized. I think this is because ICC wanted more nations to participate in this tournament as a part of cricket globalization. So ICC has formatted this tournament into three phases. So phase 1 is the group phase, where there are 4 groups and each group has 5 teams. Yes, that's how the 20 teams are participating. 4 groups and there are 5 teams in each group. So in the group phase, people are not really looking forward to because there will be matches like Uganda versus Papua New Guinea, where there will be a viewership challenge. There will be matches like Australia versus Oman, where the differences between the two teams is way too much. So again, it's a bit of a challenge from the viewership, but it's good that these nations are also getting their opportunities to showcase their talent. Otherwise, how will these teams grow? The business end of the tournament, the stage that people really are looking forward to, is the phase 2, which is called the Super 8s. So top 2 teams from each group go to the next round, and they are divided into 2 groups, group 1 and 2, where group 1 will have 4 teams and group 2 will have 4 teams. And then the third phase is the knockout stage, which is semi-final and the finals. So when I had a look at this format, it reminded me of the 2007 50 over World Cup format, which again was hosted by West Indies. And do you know why people still remember 2007's 50 over World Cup? Unfortunately, people particularly do not remember that World Cup for Australia's 3 consecutive wins, which should have been the case. People remember the World Cup because 2 mighty powerhouses of cricket bowed out early from the tournament and leaving the tournament a real mess. From the viewership point of view, the tournament was a disaster. These scenes still haunt Indian and Pakistani cricket fans because India and Pakistan came to that tournament with very good form and both the teams were expected to make the semi-finals. I think the format of the tournament was such that if you lost one match, it was very difficult for one team to really make a comeback to the tournament, and that's why I believe that this year's T20 tournament will see a lot of upsets. I think couple of big teams are going to exit early from this tournament because of its format. Well, the tournament format is not the only reason why I'm predicting this. A lot of matches will be played in USA. All the matches of Group A and all the matches of Group D. Now, no teams have played in USA. They do not know what pitch to expect, what will be the weather conditions. So this unknown territory, these unknown factors is what making it's more interesting for the lower ranked teams to beat the higher ranked ones. Yeah! And also pitches in general will be slow and low, both in West Indies and whatever matches, practice matches we have seen in USA. The pitches are slow and low. The ball is really not coming into the bat, and when that happens, that's a perfect ingredient for an upset. That's giving the best chance to a lower ranked team to beat the higher ranked team and catch them off guard. The adverse weather conditions can also be responsible for some of the games getting washed out or some of the games getting shortened. And these shortened games always favors the smaller nations, and the washed out games might give them that extra point which they need for that upset to happen in the group. So let's have a look and analyze the groups. Where will those upsets come from? So coming up first, Group A. So in Group A, India, Pakistan expected to qualify for the next round, but I think this is the group of death because along with India and Pakistan, Ireland is not as strong as them, but you cannot certainly take Ireland lightly. And as USA have shown against Bangladesh that they are more than a capable team. Not just that they beat Bangladesh 2-1, but the way they played their cricket, the aggressive manner, the aggressive motive, even going into the third match, they tried out their bench strength, talks a lot about their mentality. So whoever loses the match, India-Pakistan match, if Pakistan loses against India or the other way around, if India loses the match against Pakistan, the team which loses will be in serious pressure because not only that team has to beat Ireland and USA convincingly, but that have also they have to hope that there's no rain interruption or the matches are not washed away. As we have seen recently, the weather has been adverse and some of the practice matches have been washed out. So if, say for example, Pakistan loses their match to India and their match against Ireland is washed away, and they're really dependent on Ireland losing against USA, which might not happen. So in that case, Pakistan will have a chance of getting eliminated, and the same is true for India also. If India loses their match against Pakistan, if the weather is not on their side, things could go very bad for them as well. So potentially one of the upsets might come from this group. Woo! So next we have Group B. In Group B we have England, Australia. Yes, I think these two teams are safe. Don't expect any upset from this group because these two teams, England and Australia, are way too strong compared to Oman, Namibia and Scotland. Wait, I think England has a habit of losing against smaller nations. They have lost to Netherlands and Ireland before, and I think they might lose a game to Scotland as well. Scotland is not that bad a team. Some of their players are playing English county. So yes, there is a possibility, but then again, in this case, Scotland has to beat Oman and Namibia. England has to lose against Australia, and then they have to lose that match against Scotland. So lots of ifs and buts. I think England and Australia are pretty safe here. Let's have a look at Group C. Now, I genuinely feel that three teams from this group actually deserves to go to the next phase. West Indies, the hosts, co-hosts, and Afghanistan and New Zealand. Three very good team, three very solid T20 team. They all deserve to go to the next phase. So real battle will be within these three teams, which are the top two teams. Even I can't pick. It's so difficult because when the pitches are slow and low, that favors the Afghanistan spinners. And West Indies obviously very powerful team. They're playing at home, and New Zealand is a team which always punches above its belt. So I think it's a tough choice. I don't know, but I think just going by the seeds, West Indies and New Zealand. But even if Afghanistan goes through, I won't call this an upset. And of course, Papua New Guinea and Uganda, they will be going at each other. That will be their target to win that match that they play against each other. Now we come to our last group, which is Group D. Now Group D is very interesting because any two teams out of four teams can make it to the next round. South Africa, Netherlands, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. As we have seen, Bangladesh have started this USA tour very poorly, losing to USA in the series. Sri Lanka also not doing justice to their name. They lost a warm-up match against Netherlands by 20 runs, and 20 runs in a T20 format is a big defeat. And South Africa, they don't know how to win against Netherlands. And again, Netherlands is Netherlands, so all the other full test nations will be hoping to beat them. So any two teams can qualify out of these four teams. Ideally, I think it would be South Africa, and I don't know, pick any team. It could be any team: Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Netherlands. It could be any team. They all are equal. Trust me, believe me. After analyzing all the groups, Group A, there is a possibility of a real upset. Don't see any upsets in Group B. In Group C, one of the stronger teams is bound to go out of the tournament. And in the last group, I think two of the stronger teams may bow out of the tournament. So yep, that was that. Thanks for bearing with me during this analysis. If you have liked the video, please smash the like and subscribe button. And till our next video, adios.